Greg's All Frog here. It's time for the Friday update from the pond for the 23rd December 2016. There is only one more update left in 2016, and that's next week. I don't have a lot for you today, and it is a little late for me, but what I do have for you, hopefully you will enjoy. And let's get right into it. So we can review, right? So Geoguessr continuing along this week is going very well. As you can see, I didn't quite meet my goal. My whole goal was to have this week done before I did the Friday update. Unfortunately, I did not make that. So I have 10 episodes to go to meet my pre-Christmas goal, because this weekend is, of course, Christmas, and I will be visiting my folks again while a friend of ours takes care of the cats while we're gone. And the goal was to have Monday and Tuesday done in case we decide to stay over through Monday. I don't have to worry about trying to rush back to record videos. So I'm short, as you can see, and we'll go for that hopefully tonight, which is Friday night, because there is no cabs this week because it's Christmas week. So I have more time to record than I normally would. But at the same time, I still have to get prepared, do packing and all that stuff for tomorrow when we're going to leave early afternoon. So I can record a little bit tomorrow morning as well, but not a lot. So we got to be careful with that. But we've gone well. Tuesday and Thursday, of course, are the two Bearded Bread challenges. We did State Lands on Tuesday, which was fantastic. I really knocked it out of the park on that one. And then I did American Terriers on Thursday, which was not as good. But it was okay. Certainly better than what you might see on Saturday, hypothetically speaking, if I say bollocksed up the entire Canadian challenge. Hypothetically speaking. Sunday is going to be a World Challenge from Nighty, so that was good. And hopefully you enjoyed today's challenge from Wade, who's a friend of mine. It's a first-time submission. I called it easy mode, and at the beginning I was like, oh, I don't know how easy this is, and then I was like, well, yeah, okay, if I take 6 minutes, it is pretty easy. So that was easy mode, and it was easy enough. A couple of challenges still, though, and in some interesting locations, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. CK2 is sort of winding down. A big bombshell happening at the end of Saturday's episode. There's your bait click right there, clickbait right there. Go ahead and make sure to watch Saturday's episode if you're following the CK2 series. But that should be done, I'm guessing, next week. It probably will be done by 2017. If it gets into 2017, it's not going to be many episodes. So what I can tell you that will fit into that space will be Big Pharma. I'm really enjoying it. We're going to live stream it. Again next week. We did this week. We're going to do it again next week, and then we'll start a series on it. So it's very entertaining. I'm having a lot of fun playing it. I don't know how long it'll last on the channel because it's a new game, but if people seem to like it, we'll keep playing it. And it's like I said, it's quite good. And if people don't, then we're going to just play Afterbirth all the time because I love it. Afterbirth is Afterbirth. It continues along. Factorial Angel's Ores. Holy smokes, there's a lot of stone. I don't know how else to describe Angel's Ores, but there's a lot of stone. And most of 13, 14, and 15 is us trying to figure out how to deal with that. So I really like that. It was pretty good. I'm kind of really learning now what the level 1 buildings are all about. And we've got some new buildings that have unlocked, so I placed them down to see what they are at the end of Angels 15. But I haven't started using any of it yet, so we'll take a look at that next week because it's some more processing options that seems to make things better overall. It seems like this a whole refining process, if you will. It's a meat process. Barbarissimo. I'm going kind of crazy, making just a ton of resources of all this sorts of different types, and deciding, I'm not making enough of this. Let's just triple it, instead of like saying, okay, we're not making enough of this. How much do we really need? Maybe we should do this. Maybe we should. No, I don't care. Just make more, which has been a lot of fun, honestly. So we'll continue along that path as well for Barbarissimo. The live stream this week, we did Geoguessr for about an hour and 15 minutes, give or take. And then we started playing Big Pharma, which, if you're not familiar with, is a game by... I don't remember, but it's a new... relatively new. It came out in, actually, I guess, 2015, so not that new, but new to me. Game kind of in the vein of Factorio, that you're building things, but there's much more like purpose-based to this, like mid-purpose goals types of things. Because you're making drugs, essentially. You're the big pharma. Legal drugs, like you're going to sell them as pharmaceuticals, not, this isn't a Walter White simulator. This is legitimately you're trying to become big pharma. That was last week. How about next week? Next week looks like this. Look, there's a black line in it. That's because next week starts 2017. Mind-numbing. It's very strange. It will be of the third calendar year that we have been in, but our second anniversary doesn't happen, of course, until May 1st. That's when we have been officially 2 years old on this channel, and we'll keep going along and doing that thing. Next week, of course, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, I have user challenges. There might be some repeats right now. I might have a couple of Sagittarius ones or a couple of Nighty ones. Now I'm going the other way. Just to fill it in. So if you want to get in on the action, feel free. And I don't know who's going to be this Sunday yet. Who's going to be the first challenge of 2017? Don't know. We'll figure it out. But that'll be Season 3 of Geoguessr. The CK2, like I said, will pretty much continue. We're going to play Binding of Isaac certainly through this week. And then on Tuesday the 3rd is when Afterbirth Plus comes out. And I will get it. I should check to see if pre-orders are out. Because if I can pre-order it, I'm going to do it already. But I will definitely be playing Afterbirth Plus on Tuesday the 3rd. Surprise! That's what the stream is going to be on Tuesday the 3rd. I'll play an hour of Geoguessr and then 2 hours of Afterbirth Plus because I want to play Afterbirth Plus. It looks amazing. So I'm going to be playing the heck out of that, and I may even start modding it. We'll see. I don't really have any big ideas for it, but it's something to kind of get my brain back in the programming gear because I haven't done that in a while. So I might as well try it out and see what goes on and give that a go. But that'll be Tuesday the 3rd, so it's not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday that is when all of that goes down. So Afterbirth's last episode will be Tuesday the 3rd, actually, because I won't have time to play it for that morning. I'll be playing it in the afternoon. So that'll be that, and I guess we're going to end with Afterbirth 191, then we're going to move to Afterbirth Plus for the new playlist. That'll be fun. Angel's Oars, we're going to keep going at least probably through this week, and then once we figure out what all the new stuff does and kind of decide what we do, we'll move around to Bob's Mods and throw it all together. But I kind of want to only do that when I'm done with the Barbarissimo campaign, because I think that the Angel's Oars / Bob's Mod campaign is going to blow my mind in such a tremendous way that I want to focus on that as my Factorio campaign. So we'll see how that plays out in the future. So I'm just going to keep playing Angel's Oars for now and just kind of refining what I'm doing and playing things around, moving it and all of that business. And the Barbarissimo, we're just going to keep building big because that's what it's all about. We finally have advanced circuits. We did that actually, I think, in yesterday's episode. And so we're just going to make what we can with it and start doing some more automation and maybe get into some blue science now that we can do that and just see how it goes. The live stream next week will be Geoguessr from 7 to 6 till 8:15. I mean, it'll be 8:15, 8:30, somewhere in there, basically whenever we decide that I've had enough mentally that we'll move on to Big Pharma, and Big Pharma will close it out. Those will be the only things on the live stream for next week. There is a possibility that I will be doing an incredibly late night Saturday New Year's Eve stream. It all depends on how the recording goes next week and how badly I need to get up early on Sunday, but we're certainly going to be doing some special stuff. 2017, I'm hoping, will be a big year, not just for the channel, but for me. There's a lot of new things happening in my life that I can't talk about yet. Some of it is channel related, some of it is personal related, some of it is business related, so I can't really talk about any of that stuff. There will be a new channel that will launch in 2017. It's not going to be right at the beginning because I'm going to work on a little bit of a backlog before we start, but I'm already considering the channel names and getting that in. I've already talked about it before. There will be a blogging series, a vlog, if you will, that will be talking about a bunch of stuff. I've already figured out a couple of topics. One that I want to talk about for sure is going to be sort of political-esque, not so much in you need to vote for this or do this or that other thing, but more moving along the channel's general theme of positivity. That's kind of what I want to focus on in 2017, is being a positive person and being positive as a general outward look. It's not so much that you have to always be happy, but more that you're trying to work in a positive way and create positive change rather than focus on the negatives and focus on the bad. Granted, you have to fix mistakes, but you want to do it in a way that will lead to positive results. And that'll be a whole thing that we'll talk about at that point. So what we are really kind of interested in that channel, in that vlog, is looking at not so much politics as, oh my god, all this stuff is going wrong, but saying, okay, look, here's something that we perceive to be an issue. How can we fix it? How can we focus on the positives? And it'll be kind of a story based. I'm thinking like about 7 to 8 minutes for each vlog, and it'll be me. Actually, you'll see me. It won't be like this where you're just staring at a calendar. And I haven't worked on the backdrop yet, but it'll be in this room somewhere. I have to use my webcam for it, so maybe I'll just do it in front of the green screen and drop in a scene. That seems cheesy, so I don't know if I'll do that or not, but we're definitely going to try and figure out something from that, from a vlog standpoint, and that'll be a weekly thing on, I don't know, whatever day I do it, Mondays, Tuesdays, Fridays, who knows, whatever day that is that we decide, that'll be that. Another weekly series I'm going to do is something I'm going to call Frog Jogs, because I am falling out of shape, and I'm not happy about that. So one of the ways I figured to get me actually out there again is if I jog. And so it's going to be, you're not going to see me jogging for half-hour intervals, but what it'll be is I'll take my phone out with me because it's got a decent camera on it. I mean, it's a smartphone made in 2016, I think, I'm pretty sure, early part thereof. So it's got a good camera, it's got good recording capabilities. I have a huge SD card in it, and I'll just record just thoughts as I'm jogging, things that are going on. It's basically another vlog excuse, but it'll be while I'm jogging. So maybe it'll be, I'm thinking maybe a little more lighthearted than this whole sort of socio-political thing that I'm looking at. And then if I can, I'm gonna get my friends to jog with me, and it'll be kind of like a back and forth, let's talk about life sort of vlog. So Frog Jogs is what I'm gonna call it, and that would be weeks. So and that's all I'm going to do for this new channel. 2 series once a week. That's it. The jogging thing, I hope to jog 3 times a week, so I'll get footage on 3 different days, but you know how it is. That's the goal for those. Then what I'm thinking about doing is getting a group of friends together to do radio plays, and that would be a 3rd show that we would do semi-regularly, whether that's bi-weekly or weekly, I don't know. It depends on how we can break it up into chunks. And we'll do like classic plays, radio shows, and that sort of thing. I've got a couple of friends who are interested in it. We haven't actually sat down and tried to record it yet, so I don't know how good it's going to be. I only have a very limited mixer. I can only mix 2 channels together, basically, so it would probably be easier if we just got onto Discord and recorded things that way, but I don't know what we're going to do yet, and if there's going to be sound design for it or all that stuff. So this is probably like a March, April kind of thing, maybe Q2 sort of premiere on that channel. But we'll see. I mean, if we can get it going faster, we will. And the last thing we're going to put on the new channel is my wife is considering, she had a radio show with a friend of hers, and they're considering possibly redoing that show as like a semi-weekly, bi-weekly, maybe once a month even show that they'll just have and go from there. So that's kind of what the new channel is going to be. So you could tell it's not going to take a lot of my time. It's going to take some extra time. Maybe I'll have to go down to 3 videos a day. I don't know. People are telling me I need to go down to 3 videos a day because nobody's watching all of this, which I understand, as I've said many times on this channel. And if you're watching this, you're probably bored to tears with it. This is not something I view that I expect every viewer to watch every episode. That's not the point. Pick a series that you like, watch the series. You know, that's as simple as that. If you like a couple of them, watch a couple of them. If you like them all, then yes, it's going to be hard to follow the channel. But you could go from piece to piece and just see what works for you. For now, though, that is all we have. If you are celebrating Hanukkah this week or Christmas, Kwanzaa is coming up real quick as well. I think Ramadan just happened. I don't know, whatever the holidays you choose to celebrate, I hope you had a happy and joyous one. Focus on the positives, and I will see you next Friday, and we'll talk about the new year. For now, though, that is all I have. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time, cheers.